All right, this should be a bit quicker.
What you got,
Uh,
Freeface?
are you aware of the criticism against the streamer Destiny?
Uh, can you repeat that? You're not
Oh,
coming
can you
off
hear me
super
now?
clear. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Uh, all right, so you aware of the criticisms against the creator Destiny about his Twitter rants?
Um, not super familiar, but like, I mean, I know who Destiny is. I used to watch him a
Okay,
lot. I've since
I
not
got
really
that.
watched a whole lot of his work, but I just haven't. He's so big that I'm just like, all right, whatever.
Oh, dude, he's fucking aging like wine, though, dude. It
Is he?
is. It is even better now, dude. But anyway, so the point is, basically, in this was I was talking to Imploding, right, and they were like, "You front load your positions, and then you back into a much more reasonable one in those amender hot takes." How do you feel about that? I just want you to respond to that.
Yeah, I mean, it's intended to kind of pull people in a bit. Um, and it is intended where it's like, obviously more nuance is required. And so if you have a longer discussion, like honestly, like if I was to describe each and every one of those hot takes, I would have at least, 2, 3 paragraphs per hot take
Of
to
course,
to
yeah.
list to them. So yeah, I mean that's just to like quickly give the idea and then see if they can kind of tear it down. And when they realize that I don't operate on like a black and white approach to things, and it requires you to really take it in, it's a lot harder to deal with.
I can see that. Okay, so and then one other thing. Did you look into any amount of sociology since
Any
we've
amount
talked?
of sociology? No, not yet. Do you have a book that you want to
Okay.
recommend me? Because
Oh
I'm
fuck.
currently between books and I don't know what to read next. I read Kamala Harris's book. Oh shoot,
Give
what
me a
was it called?
second.
Uh, let me pull up my list here. I know it seems kind of
Uh,
silly to not know the name of the book. The Truths We Hold. Yes.
okay. Um, I'm trying to think of. Okay, so the one of the biggest issues with philosophy or science is you cannot jump in like halfway through, right? Sort of like you have to learn how to swim before that happens.
Yes.
And this is a big mistake. They'll go and read like fucking Kant and get really confused or get horrible ideas
Yeah.
because they're not reading anyway. So I think
Well, okay. What
first
if
things
I
first, you
gave you
should
like
probably
some of the
read
books that I've
Durkheim.
read?
You should read something about Durkheim because I think you're a functionalist.
Durkheim. Okay.
Yes, Durkheim.
Durkheim.
This is where. Remember when those arguments and you get really mad at me where I say you're conservative?
Let me look. Hold on. Durkheim. Dirk.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. It's Drike Heim. I guess.
Dur or dir.
DIR. It should just come up because he's like
The
the father of
Elementary Forms of the
sociology.
Religious Life by Emily
Uh,
Durkheim.
wait, I've actually never read his specific works, but I think you would benefit from that because you're a functionalist. Durkheim. No, it's Durk. Holy shit! Why is wait, Magnus? You're gonna have to answer for this when you get back in here. For fucking
Why
answer
would
for
you
the German.
suggest me read a book that you haven't read?
Wait, yeah, I was suggesting you learn more about the perspective I think you assume the world works
But
as.
you haven't read it.
Yeah, because I'm not a functionalist. I've read things like Foucault.
Okay, so then what should I read? Anything that you've read that I think I would
Okay,
grow from?
read. Fuck, I forget what
Because I will
the
read
book's
it.
name is, and it's a very good book by Foucault. And you will not dodge the postmodernist
Okay.
allegations if you
Can you
do
are
this.
you able to list the book inside chat for me? Would
Yes,
you?
I'm about to find it. I'm trying to tell you that how to get into sociology and read stuff, and I was going with the thing that you assume, I think. Okay, so you should read The History of Sexuality.
Okay, that sounds like an
Um,
interesting book. Not for any sexual reasons, but it does sound like
yeah.
okay. The history of sexuality. All right.
Yeah, yeah. And so this
Volume
might
1
help.
by Michael Foucault.
Yes, Michael Foucault.
All right.
All right, yeah, and I do think you should look into Durkheim because I
This is a
do
very
think you are.
short book. I'll have this finished by next week.
Okay.
This is not a long book. This is like
All
this is
right.
at the level of what is it? The Communist Manifesto. It's very short.
Oh, you read that?
Yes, I
Why would
did.
you do that
I've
to
read
yourself?
multiple
So,
Marx
like, the
books.
only
I've read
thing you take
multiple
from
Marx
art.
books. Well, because it's an ideology that I disagree with, and so I want to make sure that I'm not missing anything. And the way that I don't miss things is that I read opposing beliefs and justifications that so that way I can gain a better perspective, right?
Oh well, I'm friends with like academic dorks that like studied all this, and they're basically giving me like the distilled version of some of this shit.
Okay.
And basically, all I take away from Marx now is critical theory. That's it. It's the crisis tendencies of capitalism. That's it.
Okay. Well, it's obviously
My
more than
friend is
that, but
suggesting. Anyway, that was just what I wanted to touch upon because we can't possibly have a conversation on the things that I want to talk about until you're a bit further along on what you actually and refine your ability on that. See you later, man.
yeah,
Good
no
luck with the
problem.
stream.
No problem. I'll probably make a video on that. Why not? They recommended me a book. Anyway,